Amigos, estamos en Veracruz.
Esta es la playa de Boca del Río. Río means river. Boca means mouth. So it's kind of like the mouth of the river. Si vienes a Veracruz, tienes que probar el ceviche de pescado, el cóctel de camarón o la minilla. Este es un desayuno típico. Huevos estrellados con salsa de tomate y plátanos fritos. Estos son huevos revueltos a la mexicana y este es un tamal de masa. Bienvenidos a Veracruz. Espero que les guste.
Amigos, buenos días. Bienvenidos al primer episodio de How to Spanish. Hoy estoy recién levantada. Así dije, hoy me voy a levantar y lo primero que voy a hacer va a ser hablarles a ustedes. La verdad es que ya voy un poco tarde al gimnasio. Bueno, ya me cambié. Estoy toda despeinada, vean. Ay, Dios mío. Es un don esto de estar despeinada todo el tiempo. O sea, si me conocen por ahí saben que siempre traigo el cabello hecho un desorden. En algún momento me hice una queratina como para que se me alaciara, pero fue hace mucho tiempo y ya volvió a ser rebelde. Pero bueno, vamos a ir al gimnasio, vamos a intentar hacer una rutina rápida y de regreso les cuento qué tal me fue en la semana. Si estoy hablando muy rápido, creo que estoy hablando muy rápido. Vamos a ir al gimnasio, después regreso, me baño y vuelvo con ustedes para contarles cómo me fue en la semana. Bueno, ya nos bañamos, ya me veo como una persona decente. Ahora les voy a enseñar qué vamos a desayunar porque por ahí me habían preguntado qué es lo que normalmente desayunamos en México. Muchas personas a veces desayunan tamales, a veces pueden desayunar quesadillas, huevos, omelets. Tenemos una cocina muy, muy variada. En realidad hoy no voy a desayunar nada mexicano, pero porque estoy tratando de comer más saludable y la verdad es que los desayunos tradicionales, antojitos mexicanos, no son la comida más ligera ni más fat free. It's not necessarily a meal that is not going to give you calories. So normalmente tienen muchas calorías. Y para nosotros el desayuno es la comida más importante del día. Entonces tiene sentido que el desayuno tenga muchas calorías, pero a mí no me encanta desayunar siempre tan pesado. Entonces hoy vamos a desayunar frutita. Hace ratito puse a congelar unas fresas, así que vamos a hacer como un smoothie con frutas, a ver si nos sale, a ver qué tal.
Okay, so I have a few strawberries that I already froze. If you want to say one strawberry, we say una fresa. And if you want to say a lot of strawberries, you say muchas fresas. A lot of frozen strawberries, then we say muchas fresas congeladas. Because we call the freezer congelador. So if you freeze something, congelas algo.
Bueno, no nos quedó tan mal. No me quedó tan mal. Pero no me quedó tan bonita. Ahí está, para que no digan. Un poquito de plátano. Esto es fresa, blueberries,
granola
y coco rallado. Ahí está. Bello. Oigan, me tuve que cambiar porque me dio un poquito de frío. Ya empezó a hacer frío aquí y aparte se hizo de noche. Pero bueno, ya les puedo contar que me fui a Veracruz. Veracruz es mi estado natal. Yo nací en Veracruz. Para todos los que me han preguntado, el misterio se ha resuelto. Yo soy mexicana de corazón, jarocha, veracruzana. Veracruz está en mi corazón y lo estará siempre. Entonces, por eso quise empezar este primer episodio del blog. Yo sigo diciendo que es el primer episodio. Yo sé que no es el primer episodio del canal, pero es el primer episodio en un formato de blog en el que yo solamente hablo y les cuento de toda mi vida, como casi no se me va a hablar demasiado. Pero sí, yo soy mexicana, aquí viví toda mi vida, aquí nací. A los 17 años me mudé a Nueva York, estuve allá 6 años y después regresé y ahora vivo en la Ciudad de México. la razón por la que hablo tan bien inglés, porque me han preguntado como, oye, pero si eres mexicana y hablas español, entonces ¿cómo es que hablas inglés tan bien? When I was very little, I went to a bilingual school. I was 5 years old, and I was lucky enough to go to a bilingual school, and so I went there all my childhood until I graduated from high school. And so I thought my English level was not that good. So the first year that I went to New York, I went to an international school. To learn English, and I started an advanced one and I finished an advanced two, and so I realized that it was mostly confidence what I was lacking, because in the international school I met so many other English students that were not native speakers and that had a worse English than I had, worse level of English than I had, and so that made me realize that I could do it. If they could do it, if they could try and they could, speak it, then I could do it myself, And so I feel like that is one of the biggest things that I learned when I was learning a new language. And that is something that if anybody here is trying to learn Spanish, I feel like it's something that you should really think about, because I know that we try to learn it the best way possible with the correct grammar, and we want to say it perfectly. And at the beginning, it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be good, and people are going to understand you. And a lot of you have asked me as well if people from around the world come to Mexico and they try to speak Spanish, will the natives, be okay with it, even if it's not perfect? And it is, it will be actually really exciting. It's really cool, whenever you come to Mexico and we see that you're trying to learn Spanish and that you're really trying and you're trying to push yourself. I feel like the more that you try, the more that we'll see that, and the more that we'll want to help you be better, So we would just try to make you speak it in a better way, because we love foreigners. So if you come to Mexico, it's a given, you'll be loved. You'll be a hot commodity. Now it's time for some Q&A, because I promised. Shamanina is asking, are you from Mexico? So yes. What is your name? That is actually something that I've actually never really talked about. My name is Erica. Nice to meet you, everyone. After all these years. Me llamo Erika. Mucho gusto. Saludos a todos. So this is one of the biggest questions that I got asked. Why are you teaching people Spanish? Why did I even start this channel in the first place? That's what R2K Ordic is asking. What's your motivation? Okay, so if I'm being really honest, my motivation are you guys. It might sound a little bit cheesy, but it's really exciting to see people learning Spanish and just wanting to learn more Spanish and wanting to learn more about the culture. Because I am a native Mexican, so it makes me excited that other people want to come to my country and that they want to learn and that they, want to practice. So it's really cool, to see all of you trying and really, getting there. I started this account around 6 years ago on Instagram, just as an experiment, because at the time I was learning French, and a friend of mine, she was my roommate at the time, and so she was like, oh, you should follow this Instagram account so that you can learn more French words. And I was like, okay, sure. And then I looked at the account and I was like, oh, maybe I can do that myself. But then I can teach Spanish, and so I did that. But the account that she initially shared with me was a little bit more romantic, because French people are like that. But I'm not really that romantic. I like romance, but I just don't know how to be romantic. So I'm more of a sarcastic kind of person. And so I just, I kind of wanted to do something that was more in line with how I was myself. And so this account was kind of like a memes kind of account, you know, until like last year that I started showing my face because I was a little bit shy, you know, to show my personality, but then I realized that you guys were okay with it and that you liked it and that you wanted more of it. So I was like, oh, this is cool, you know? So I continued to do it, and now I decided to start this channel so that, you know, we can continue to explore more places of Mexico. You guys can learn more stuff about Spanish. And maybe one day you'll come. We'll see. Okay, so David Kilar, or David Kilar, I don't know exactly how to pronounce his name, but he's asking the differences between Castilian, Spanish, and Latin. Is it difficult to understand each other's accents? Okay, so we have a basic Spanish, you know, but on a day-to-day basis, if you are, like, if I am speaking in a very Mexican, slangish, casual Spanish, and they are talking in like their own casual, slangish Spanish from Spain Spanish, we might not understand each other. That's what happens when, like, you know, I was watching Elite, you know, not so long ago, and I had to put subtitles on because they were talking about so many different words that I just didn't know what they meant, you know, and some of those words are the same to us, but they don't mean the same. So you'll learn, you know, like you learn with the context, you understand it, but like the words are different. They could change a lot. It's more common to see that between Spanish from Spain and Spanish from Latin America, but also within countries of Latin America, there are some words that are not the same. You know, for example, in Spanish from Spain, you say curro if you want to talk about work. In Spanish from Latin America, you say trabajo. So if you want to say voy al trabajo, which means I'm going to work or I'm going to my job, in Spain they would say voy al curro, you know? So there are, like, you know, a few words, but like the basic grammar and everything else is still the same. So we understand each other. It's just like some words are different. And even between countries of Latin America, you know, sometimes some words are different or some expressions are different. But it's like when you're talking more like in like a slangish way. Yeah, I don't know if that answers the question. I hope it does. Si les gustó este video, si quieren ver más videos, si les interesa saber más de México, de español, if you guys want to learn anything, if you guys want to see anything, I'm trying to keep this a little bit more, you know, lifestyle-ish. I don't know exactly how that works, but, you know, just going around the city, showing you guys some places, showing you guys some new cities, some new adventures or whatever I come across. So if there's anything that you would like to see on the next video, let me know. If you liked Veracruz as much as I did, I can show you more. I just gave you a little bit of the whole like tourist attractions that you can find there. But, you know, I'm planning to go back so that you guys can actually see other really, really cool things about my beautiful state. But yeah, so thanks a lot for watching. If you liked it, please subscribe. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers soon, hopefully. So if you can subscribe, that'll be really helpful. And I hope to see you on the next video. Bye!